I have a pretty normal day of Airbnb cleaning today, and I'm going to take you along on both of the units that I have to clean today. We'll just talk a little bit about the process and kind of how we're able to make this work with the Airbnbs that we have. I'm going to walk around to the front now with the fresh bedding here, and you'll walk with me inside for the first time. This can honestly be one of the most nerve-wracking parts of Airbnb, is walking into a unit for the cleaning after the guest is checked out, and you just never know exactly what it's going to look like. This is the front of the house that we're going to be cleaning today. We're only getting into the lower unit. We don't have access to the upper, but this house we bought in 2019 for $172,000. And at the time, me and my family lived in the lower unit. And as almost as an afterthought, we put the upper unit on Airbnb. I'll talk a little bit more about what that was like getting started and the kind of income that it provided in the beginning. But for now, let's walk inside. All right, so here we go. Walking in after a guest is checked out. This is looking good so far. Everything looks pretty tidy as far as I can see. This is one of two bedrooms here. Looks okay there. The second of two bedrooms. All good there. The kitchen, not too bad. All looks good. And let's check the bathroom. All good. I usually start with a load of laundry immediately so that we can get as much of that through the washer as possible while we're here cleaning, because whatever we don't get through needs to go with us to our house. We'll wash it and then bring it back. So let me get that real quick. Now that I've got that laundry started, I am gonna get at this and clean the rest of this unit. It'll take me approximately 2 hours, and I won't bore you with all the details. When I'm done, I'm gonna come back and walk you through and show you what it looks like when it's all set up and ready to go. And then I'll talk real quick about what the exact numbers are of what we make here. I just finished cleaning everything, and this is exactly what it would look like when a guest gets here. So when I talk numbers in a little bit, this is what they're paying for. This is exactly as I'm going to leave it. The lights that I have on beside the couch, beside the beds, pretty much exactly how we have this set up for them when they get here. Another bedroom. And we've got kitchen / dining room. Got a nice coffee supply for them. And we do leave a few snacks. Just some microwave popcorn, granola bars, and oatmeal in case they want it. There's the bathroom with towels, washcloth, and there's some bottled water in the fridge. And that's it. I'm not going to give you a bunch of fancy real estate investor type language here today, because that's really not what I am, and that's not the way that I run my business. I'm mostly going to give you the gross numbers, and I really want to show the potential that you have with something similar to this, where there's 1,000 square feet, 2 bedrooms. In our case, obviously, we have that ×2 here. Towards the end of the video, I will let you know if we personally net enough from this to support our family. What you'll be able to net will vary a lot, of course, based on taxes in your area, whether you're able to buy the house outright or you have a large mortgage. And then, of course, there's some variation in the insurance that you have, but then utilities and the amenities that you provide should be much more predictable. Now, the little apartment that I just walked you through and what you just saw, we make right around $100 per night. But again, I wrap the cleaning fee and everything up together. That's actually the way Airbnb kind of shows me the numbers when I look at them. You have to dig a little more to find what you made without the cleaning fee. But for me, since I do my own cleaning, I do all the maintenance on the property and everything, it all kind of lumps up into one. And we're right around $100 per night on this unit that we just walked through. Now, in our case, with this house, of course, we have the same thing upstairs. So we're about $100 per night per unit. Of course, that's about $3,000 per month. And if you take that, 6,000 with the 2 times 12, you're looking at a gross $72,000 per year. Now, there's a huge variation of what you're going to end up netting there. Again, based on a lot of different things, but stay tuned. I'm going to head over to the other property and I'll let you know whether we can net enough from this to support our family. We just arrived at house number 2, and before I take you inside to show you what it looks like in there, I just want to tell you very quickly that this house here behind me may be the perfect example of how easy it is to get started on Airbnb. This is a house that we bought in 2021 for $95,000. For that price, you should be able to make it work as a first-time home buyer, whatever your situation. If you can get a mortgage at $95,000, you will very, very comfortably, by living in one unit and renting out another, be able to make your mortgage payments plus pocket up to, in my case, if I had a mortgage on this, I could easily pocket $1,000 after paying my mortgage if I were living in one of the units. Now, if this is something you've been considering or have thought about, please sign up as a host using the link in the description. When you use that link and host your first 10 reservations within 90 days, you will take a $40 bonus with you. Now, in this unit, I forgot that I wanted to film this, and so I had already been in here, ran in here and grabbed the sheets, and that's all I really did in here. So what you see is only missing the sheets on the beds, but these guests here were extremely clean and tidy. This is exactly what all this looked like, and then I just took the sheets off the bed. So very good guests here. This is my favorite and most ideal Airbnb setup because buying this house, homeowners do not see the same amount of value or potential in a house like this as I do. Because if you're thinking long-term rental upstairs, there's not a ton of value. To a homeowner himself, this doesn't have as much value because it's small and it lacks space. But as an Airbnb, this has absolutely everything you need: a neat little kitchen, a little dining area, a little living area. And so this to me is the perfect Airbnb. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and clean this entire unit. This one usually takes at least an hour or maybe a little more. When I'm done, I'll come back and I'll discuss the numbers for this unit, what we're able to make here. Just finished cleaning here, and I'm going to give you guest perspective as they arrive to this cute little 500 square foot apartment. This is what they see when they come in the door. Got living area here to the left. Very small, but comfortable. And once again, everything they need. Straight in through the door, you've got a little dining area, kitchen, little coffee bar, fridge. Straight on in through to the bathroom. A little dark in there right now. And we've got one bedroom right here. Before I get started here, if you are interested in more of my Airbnb content, for example, you may want to see the upper unit here or the upper unit at the other house, I am hoping to start a brand new channel. I will link that channel in the description. As of now, there is no content there, but in the coming weeks and month, I'm hoping to get that started and be putting all my or most of my Airbnb content on that channel. As you can see after a quick walkthrough here, this is the perfect scenario for a first-time home buyer or even other situations as well, whatever it may be. If you want to live in one unit and rent another unit, you'll be able to easily cover your mortgage payments and pocket maybe another $1,000 per month, depending on how you manage it. Now, for a quick look at the gross numbers here, we average about $80 per night. And again, I'm giving this to you with the cleaning fee and everything included. That is per unit. So we're right in that ballpark of 2,400 per month per unit. So you take that times 12, obviously we're at like 48,000. I'm going to say that's a little on the high side. We're probably between 2,200 and 2,400 per month per unit. So between 44,000 and 48,000 for the year on this $95,000 purchase. Once again, keep in mind that is gross income, and depending on what you have in mortgage payments, your net will vary significantly if you have a larger mortgage payment or higher taxes for where you're buying. But in our case, as I told you before, we as a family can very comfortably make that work to keep the bread and butter on our table. Now, keep in mind again, those are gross numbers, and what you're going to net is going to vary depending on taxes and your mortgage payments. But for me and my family, we have been able to make it work quite comfortably. And you may be thinking, how do I get started? You already are established, whatever. But keep in mind also that we did start with one small 1,000 square foot unit that was not going to provide for our family. And we just kind of build up from there. So if you have a spare bedroom in your home, you can get started. If you have the ability to get a mortgage for 60 to 70,000, I believe you can get started in a similar way as what I got started here. Essentially, if you buy anything with 2 units, you will be able to swing your mortgage payments easily by renting the second unit on Airbnb. When you're ready to create your host profile, click on my link in the listing, host your first 10 stays within 90 days of creating that link, and you will receive a $40 bonus. Guys, that has been a peek into how I actually make a living. And this is really what allows me to do some of the other things I do, which is kind of creative ideas of entrepreneurship. And that is also how I was able to flip the house in Detroit that I did. If you haven't seen that, check out that whole series of videos. Thank you for watching, and God bless each of you.